It's from a Newsweek article published this week following a flurry of developments in California's homeless crisis. From the Sacramento County District Attorney suing the city of Sacramento for failing to keep streets safe, to California cities and counties asking the U.S. Supreme Court to step in, all of which we have covered right here on To The Point. And now Becca Habegger joins us with an update on a story that we brought you last year about a man taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, Alex, back in May of 2022, we introduced you to a Sacramento business owner blocking a public street to keep homeless encampments and the criminal activity he saw accompanying them away from his properties. He reached out to me this week after seeing news of the DA's lawsuit against the city of Sacramento. He says he relates that he has been paying for private security now for 17 months because he can't trust the city to enforce its own rules. These are the scenes from along Railroad Drive in Sacramento before May of 2022.
Thefts, burglaries.
Rich Eaton owns 3 properties here, which he rents to commercial tenants, and says this dead-end street attracted homeless encampments and criminal activity.
We spent over $200,000 fixing fencing, replacing copper, air conditioning, windows, several fences burnt, vandalism, and attempted burglaries.
So after the city cleared the encampment in the spring of 2022, he took matters into his own hands and closed this public street, as we reported at the time.
Railroad Drive is open to all but the nefarious and the RVs that attract that element.
He has since removed the barricades. Vehicles can still access this road, but 24/7 private security is on constant alert, and Eaton says it's working.
We have no crimes, no losses, no break-ins. We're fully rented. Our tenants are happy. To the tune of $20,000 a month is what we're paying, but we have to pay it. If we didn't pay it, we'd be vacant and we'd have vacant buildings, and it would be third world Sacramento as it was before May 1st.
The community is at a breaking point.
Earlier this week, Sacramento County District Attorney Tian Ho filed a lawsuit against the city of Sacramento, saying it has failed to keep streets safe and enforce anti-camping ordinances. Eaton filed a similar lawsuit early last year, which is still pending.
You have to enforce the laws. Like, you can't just turn an eye because they're unhoused. They're taking advantage of the city's lack of response.
Frivolous lawsuits.
Bob Erlenbush is executive director of the Sacramento Regional Coalition to End Homelessness. He says he understands people's frustration with the unhoused crisis.
The city and the county have moved incredibly slowly. Even though got to give them credit for creating more programs and expanding the number of shelter beds, significantly expanding funding, etc.
Eaton says he's not anti-homeless, he is anti-crime. Erlenbush says if people are committing crimes,
they need to be held accountable.
But he believes the DA's lawsuit goes too far and says housing for Sacramento County's nearly 10,000 unhoused people should be the focus.
We need elected officials to have the political will to begin to address the issue to scale.
And Becca, we know Bob isn't the only advocate that's critical of the DA's lawsuit, right?
Yeah, Alex, there is a group called the Sacramento Homeless Union, which represents some 2,700 unhoused folks in the area. They have filed to intervene in the DA's lawsuit, not siding with the DA or the city, but rather asking to be included in the lawsuit as a third party. Since at the end of the day, the lawsuit is about the homeless crisis, and this union represents people experiencing homelessness. We should add, by the way, the city of Sacramento objects to the DA's lawsuit, and they say it's a distraction from the real work of getting homelessness solutions on the table. And they say they welcome the challenge to see the DA in court.
All right, Becca, thank you so much. We appreciate you following this.